everyone. My name is Aisha, and I am the owner and CEO of Amara's Botanica, and this is my best friend, Mandy. Ow, look at her looking fierce. Okay, and I told you guys on TikTok that I was going to have my first YouTube video here on Sunday. I don't know why I'm gonna upload it because YouTube be acting funny, but I did record it and it's Sunday. Okay, and I wanted to talk to you guys about cartomancy. I don't know how to say that word. I'm gonna be honest with you.
How would you spell it out?
Cartomancy. Google says cartomancy. I thought it was cartomancy, but hey, tomato, right? See, so I really wanted to go into detail about this because people ask me about, doing tarot with playing cards. So just to give you a little history of it, I want to show you. These are my old cards, okay? I retired these because they are starting to die on me. They're starting to split. And my mom gave me these, so I'm not trying to ruin them. So I also have my newest one that my neighbor gave to me. Don't worry, I blessed them with sage and all this good stuff. She knows I do tarot with playing cards. So just to give you an example, that is a playing card. See that? Oh, wrong what side? There we go. 6 of spades. So they just look all fancy and cute pictures and stuff. So, yes. So just to give you a little history about playing cards. Back in the day, like the real back in the day, like slavery time, all that good stuff. African Americans at the time did not have the fancy tarot cards or the fancy crystal balls, such as, that you see when you see people with that. They had the sun, the moon, the stars, the earth. You know what I mean? Like picking cotton, believe it or not, has a very symbolic thing when you use it in spell work. And so they also had playing cards or chicken bones and all that good stuff because, as you know, slaves were throwing scraps and we made use of it because we know that it was of the earth and it was some type of circle of life thing. So whether it was pig or beef or anything, it was given to us. And so that's how playing cards started back, okay? All right. Therefore, that tradition was passed on to me, like great-grandmother, grandmother to my mother, and hopefully I'll be able to pass it on to my kids. So, playing cards are equivalent to tarot. I think tarot has 78 cards, whereas though the playing cards have 53, because we do include the Joker, which is basically the Fool card compared to tarot. All right, so we have obviously diamonds, hearts, clubs, and spades when it comes to playing cards. So our diamonds are equivalent to the pentacles in tarot, okay? Which basically is like the materialistic stuff, the money, something that you value, okay? And I want to go ahead and have a conversation about each card and breaking it down for you guys that way. So, because so many people ask me, like, how do you get this information? So you're going to see me looking off too because I do have like certain notes here. And I'm just going to read also too, basically how I learned. Now I learned this from my mom. Like I told you, this is a tradition that was passed down, but I still utilize it today. And normally what I do is I usually do readings for my family and friends. But this year I took the courage and leap to start creating my own business to do it for total strangers. Okay. So again, diamonds, they reflect all practical material aspects, including home, work, business, projects, property, and money. All things that we can touch. And yes, that's relationships. Because sometimes we value those relationships, right? But from a practical viewpoint, okay? They also can indicate health issues too, okay? Because we value our health. So it's usually something of value. So just to break it down, okay? So, you have any questions so far, maybe?
How old were you when you did your first tarot reading?
When I did my first tarot reading, I was 8
Okay.
years old, and I did it with my cousin.
Were you scared?
No, back then I was actually fearless. Because as a child, you usually don't have any fear. That's when you have you're more. What's the word I'm looking for? I mean, you're open, vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Whereas though, like as adults, we kind of shy away from that of being that fearless person because we think somebody may think something or. So when I started that, I was 8, and that's how it went about. So I've been doing it for quite some time, but for total strangers, I didn't know. You know what I mean? So. All right, so playing cards also, doing tarot with playing cards also represents a lot of different things. Like, for instance, numerology, okay? When you see those angel numbers, 777, 888, 1111, even such, angel numbers like 1234 or 911, 1122. Those are all numbers, and thus, usually spirit guides or ancestors or the universe trying to get your attention. So they throw numbers at you because we are human, and the first thing we do is that we gravitate towards numbers. Why? Because money, age, dates, we just usually gravitate towards numbers. So that's why these are also equivalent when it comes to numerology. So starting with the ace of diamond, okay? The ace is basically 1. It's equivalent to 1. So it represents the beginning. They're usually always positive. If you get an ace, no matter what, if it's an ace of spade, ace of heart, ace of club, ace of diamond, it is always a positive thing because it's something that's new. Just because, some people think that because something is new, or it could be an end of something too, like the end of the chapter. But whenever it's like something new, people usually think, it's not too good. But yeah, so you get a new relationship, you had to break up with the other relationship that you were in, and then now you're in a new one. So it's a very positive aspect, But see, for the ace of diamond right here, the way it was interpreted to me, the way I learned, is basically it means a new business and a new partnership. Now, depending on how the cards fall and what it's, paired with, just to give you an example, I'm just going to pull any random card right now because I got them in order. So if I have the 6, and we're going to go with a different card like that, okay? So right here, if I picked up these 3 cards, okay? These 3 cards, as you can see, it's a new beginning. So this is telling me right now, I'll explain that my roads are open, you know what I mean? Then I have a new business, a new partnership, okay? And then it's clarified with the 8 of club, which basically, it's basically representing stubbornness. So basically it's saying, like, why are you being stubborn? Why are you being stubborn right now? Your roads are open. There's no reason to even hold yourself back. There are new things on the other side of that card. There's the other side on that road. There's a new beginning. There's something new that's happening there. You got this. This is a good card. So stop being stubborn. Stop blocking your roads. So when you have those 3 there with that, and it also depends on the category as well. So if, like, for instance, if you are doing a love reading and you get an ace of diamond, like I told you, it represents relationship because we value it. Doesn't necessarily mean it's money. It just means there's a new valuable relationship that you are starting, a new partnership. When you're talking about a love reading, if it's like, what different categories are there? There's love, work. Okay, yeah, school, right. When you get this and you say, hey, what's school looking like for me? This is a new thing that's starting for you at school. Go out there, network, make new friends. This is what it's saying whenever it's something of value. So, yeah, again, like, and it could be something dark. You could be like, when am I gonna die? Why are you worried about dying when you have everything that's new right here? This is a new beginning. So, right. So it depends on what it is and how it falls on, with the type of reading that you're getting or the category. But this is the ace of diamonds, is always something new. Remember, diamonds are valuable. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's money. Any questions?
Not yet.
Okay, cool.
I'm just very fascinated.
So we got the 2 of diamonds. I call this my whoop whoop card. All right. My mom actually called this the money card, the investment card. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean physically money, but you already know that thing like cha-ching. Whenever you do something, you like cha-ching because it's a good thing. But this also represents balance, but it also could mean delay or waiting. All right. So like, I call this my investor card because, again, depending on what it's clarified with, if this is career, and say make that an investment. Okay. There's nothing. In order for you to be, to make an investment, you have to pair it with something, right? That's why you have the 2 here. Okay. And then again, if it's a relationship, you gotta put investment into your relationship. Just like if it's a love ring, if you're married, and you tell me about my marriage, it's saying you need to invest into your marriage a little bit more. I mean, the upright position is saying, hey, you're investing. This is a great one. You guys are balanced because look, 2, that's completely balanced. But if it's in the reverse, right? So if it's in the reverse, it's saying you need to balance it. You need to work on your relationship. You need to put more investment and time into it. Because remember, it's valuable as well. Okay? I don't think I actually talked about the Ace in reverse. I'll go back to that in a minute. But, yeah. So, like I said, it can also represent delays in waiting. Like whenever you invest in something, whether it's money, love, career, it takes time. Like if you make an investment, you have to wait for that investment to get your return of income, right? Your ROI, no matter what it is. So that's what this represents, the balance. So let me go back to the Ace real quick, because I didn't talk about it in the reverse. When you have it here, like I said, it's a new partnership, new business. When it's in the reverse, it's basically saying that you've already created this relationship. Now you just need to just make it better, basically. Now, the 3. Okay? The 3, this is a little tricky little thing. All right? It represents connection. That kind of makes sense. You see it? Connecting? It connects right there. All right? But it also can represent meaning division, because you got somebody in the middle right there that's blocking these two. Okay? So depending on what type of card and what type of reading you're doing, it depends on what it is. Okay? You know, it can be mixed up communication. Plans don't go with their go. You know, like I said, this one is the comforter card. There's confusion and money, or there's clarity needed. Okay? Again, this represents division. But this also can represent connection. Just to give you an example, if I have these two cards together and you're asking me about career right now, it's saying, listen, right now you need to educate yourself in what it is that you're doing. Because whatever it is that you're doing, you're not fully connected to it. You're not fully and indulging into it. Okay? There's a disconnect right there. That represents disconnect. But if I have the same card, let's go ahead. If I have the same card with the 3, right here, say 3 of hearts. You got the 3 of hearts, it's basically saying careful with people. Okay? So you got these two together as saying, hey, there's a disconnect. Be careful with people. You know, watch out what you're doing. Make sure that you're educating yourself. Make sure you're learning about everybody, because not everybody's your friend. That's what it represents. Okay? So again, it depends on what type of reading it is. If if it's a love reading, you know, if it's in the upright position compared to when it's in the reverse. Now, if it's in the reverse and you got this in the 3, it's gonna say, hey, you already know. Why are you asking me? Basically, why are you asking me? You already know.
Spirit dragon.
Right, spirit drag you. You know, I had one. I did a reading for someone, and she was asking me. I was like, you know, the cards basically say you're gifted. You don't even need to do this. The cards kept saying it, and as I was shuffling her cards, those same cards kept popping out. So I was like, listen, Spirit's telling you, you already know it. All right. So now we got the 4 card. 4 of diamond. The 4 of diamond. Okay. And with this can also mean stability. It can mean balance, but it can also mean, and like in the reverse, feeling stuck. And let me explain that. It'll make sense when you see it. Now, this is the inheritance card. When you get this, and money, no matter love or value, it's like basically saying what you are giving is what you're getting. Okay. It's why is it money? And the reason why it's called stability, or like the foundation card, is because it is perfectly balanced. If you wanted to make, you can make a perfect square. All right, you could definitely make a perfect square, but it also means that you could be stuck, because you could be in that square and know where to go. Okay, so that's why this card can be good or bad depending on what type of reading it is. Again. But what you're the type of energy that you're putting out is what you're getting back, is what this card is saying. Okay? That's why it's stable right there. Because let me tell you something, even though like you can be in a nice stable situation, but you can be in a stable negative situation too. And what that means is that you can be so stuck, that's your norm, being negative. Okay? You're stuck in that you're stuck in that negative box. And sometimes Spirit or the cards may say, yeah, you need to leap out of that real quick and get out of that.
Situationship.
That part. All right. The 5 of diamond. Okay, I love this card because it, in a way, is basically saying that there's going to be some changes. Now, when you're talking about career, it's usually financial changes, and it's not usually too greedy, or it's not usually too good. It's usually, it says like, don't be crazy, like don't get greedy when it comes to money or something like that. But we call this the exchange card, but actually it's disturbance. And it's challenges that can lead to, challenges that basically you're going through. The reason why it's disturbance, it's gonna make all type of sense. You see that we had before, which is stability. But we got this right in the middle. That's blocking your roads. It's disrupting it. So that's the way you see that. That's that disturbance. No matter what it is, it's something that's blocking you. Okay, and it's like, what are we gonna do about that? Okay, when it's in the reverse, basically, when it's in the reverse, it's saying the same thing. Like, hey, well, this one is don't be crazy. Watch it, This one is saying, yo, go crazy because you need to get out of that situation. You may need to have to go step out your comfort zone and do something you've never done before. Any questions?
I love your explanation.
Thank you. All right. 6 a diamond, okay? It represents harmony. Well, sixes period just represent harmony, or the lack of yearning for it, okay? But 6s, believe it or not, are usually never negative. It really kills me sometimes when people say, oh my God, 666, I gotta pay for something more. Or you get the number like in the store or something, 7-Eleven, like, let me get this. I don't want that. No. First of all, you saw 666 first, so Spirit already told you to say,
Facts.
Okay.
You
can't unsee it, right? So if you even try to change it, it does not matter. You saw it. But here's the thing. 666 is actually a great number to have. And the reason why it's a great number is because it's usually spirit, your spirit guides, your ancestors, the universe saying you need to check yourself. You need to work on your spirituality. You need to work on your own spirit, okay? Take some time away to get yourself together. You need to put you first, okay? That's why that's such a good number. It's not the devil's number. It's not the devil's number at all. But for instance, like this 6 of diamond, we call this the open road card. The reason why it's open is because, again, there's nothing that's blocking you. Nothing that is blocking you. And everything, like I said, is in harmony. But if it's in the reverse, it's saying, listen, your roads are open, so what is going on? You need to get it together. Check yourself. Okay? With the diamonds, like I said, there's usually value or some type of money, depending on the type of agreement that you're doing. This is what we call the financial responsibility. You know what I mean? So if you want to start a business and you get this card, it's saying start that business because you value it. If you want to start a relationship, like if we're doing a love reading and you get this, it says if you value that person, your roads are open. Nothing's blocking you. Go for that relationship. Go for that career. Go for whatever it is that you're doing. You know what I mean? As long as you're not trying to like kill nobody, talking about, oh, my roads are open. That's a different story. We don't do that. Right. Okay. 7 of diamond. I love this card because it's so like So 7s, it represents mystery or being overly concerned with superficialities. Okay. The 7 of diamond, we call it the gambler card. All right. And with money, it could be like I told you, money concerns. If it's with people, it could be gossip and envy. All right. The thing about it is that when you get this card, the reason why this card is so sneaky is because it seemed like your roads is open, and boop, there's a bump in the road. Ooh, okay, right. There's a bump in the road, boom, like that. You know what I mean? So when you have it, it's like, what am I gonna do? So you may have to step back and like check yourself for a minute. You need to really check yourself and just like, okay, let me do this. When it's in the reverse, it's saying, we ain't going nowhere right now. We know you need to work on some stuff right here. We had to take back.
Lots of accountability in these last 2 cards.
Oh yeah, right. That's why I love it. This is one of my favorite cards to get especially when we're talking about relationships. And I'm not talking about love or intimate relationships. I'm talking about relationships, because sometimes this will tell you there's people around you that's gossip and they're envious of you, and they are blocking your blessings, because people can block your blessings without even doing anything. People can block your blessings and it's just you sitting next to them. It's because you're with that person. Not intimately, but just with that person.
And who knows what they're thinking about you in their
Exactly.
head.
And they're low, right. Because listen, words are spells. Let me tell you that. So this is exactly why I tell people, I don't ever ask anybody, I learned this a long time ago, don't pray for me. Because some people will pray on you, and there's a difference in that. So that's why you have to be careful with words. Now we got the 8 of diamond. Okay? 8 of diamond represent movement. I love this one too. Or lack of movement. Okay? It can represent stagnation. But like the 8, as you see, like the eternity, it moves. You know what I mean? Just like when we see 888, it means like abundance. It's like, wow, right? And it depends on what it is. If it's career, it's saying, listen, your career is good. Or if it's a 8 in love, you got a good love. But for diamonds, it's usually something of value. I call this my entrepreneur card, okay? I call this the entrepreneur card because your return of investment, okay? And it represents abundance. Again, if this is money, this is what you are, the money that you are spending, you're gonna get back tenfold. You know that, right? Or if you are dedicating your time to someone, because time is valuable, and time is the only thing that we don't get back. Okay, you know what I mean? Like, we can spend money, we can get that back. Time is the only thing. So when we have this is all saying that time and that energy that you're putting into someone, you're gonna get back as well. Okay. And I didn't do the reverse. And in the reverse too, okay, when it's in the reverse, it's usually saying, hey, listen, if you are putting something out there, no matter if it's money, love, or something, and you're not getting it back, it's time to check yourself. Stop remaining in a situation that is not moving you, that's not for your purpose, that's not serving you a good purpose. Is that how you say it? Okay. Yeah. And the 9, I call this my stimulus check. And coincidentally, my mom called this the stimulus check before we went to the pandemic. Okay, I've had these cards for many, many years. Okay, she calls it the stimulus check.
I remember the first time I got that card after the pandemic.
Right.
I was like, ooh.
Yes. 9 usually represents growth. Okay, or growth. All right. And when it comes to money, or it comes to value, when it comes to something that you're dedicating in, it's that as money goes out, money comes in. As you love money, you will be loved right back. You know what I mean? You know, and that goes for the career. But when you usually get this, what you're giving is what you're gonna get. And this is why this card is so important, is because this also represents energy. That energy that you're putting out into the atmosphere is exactly what you're giving back. Now, we're not clowns. We're gonna get pissed off. We're gonna get sad. But check yourself real quick. Don't dwell in that, okay? And also, 9s represent the ending of something. Okay, so like normally when you see 999, that's a super dope number to get, because it said, oop, that's the end of the chapter. Here comes a new chapter. And that's a good thing to have in your life. So remember, this is the give or get card. So that energy that you're putting out, remember, that's what you're going to get back. So if you hang out with somebody and they're always negative, check that real quick. And then the 10, the beautiful 10, which is completion. Okay. Is new beginnings or new endings. Why? Because if we look at that number 10, 1 plus 0 is 1. New beginning or the ending of something, okay? I love this card too, especially when it comes to business, because this is a great card to have. It's saying more money is coming in. More, if it's within love, there's going to be like, okay, it's going to get better. You know what I mean? If it's in the reverse, it's just basically saying that, listen, you are good right now. You don't need any more. Because sometimes the universe or God, the way it works, will only give you so much that you can handle. That is the truth when you hear that. Because I know people saying, like, I won't put anything on you that you can't handle or something like that.
It feels like it sometimes.
It does, but you got through it.
Right.
So it's only but so much. So, and this goes when it comes to, like, you can do money work. You can do love work, but the universe said, all right, you know what? You've been doing good. I'm going to give you $10,000. Let me see how you handle that.
Now, what happens when people are, like, doing all the work, and they're still saying, like, nothing's changing, I'm discouraged, and, like, basically they get sucked into that negativity. Like, then what?
That's what it is, because they're already stuck into it. If you are doubting your work, you're putting out doubt. That's all you're gonna get. Just like, for instance, like, I hate to hear people say, I'm broke as a joke. You would never hear me say that. And I don't care if I have $1 in the bank. You would never hear me say that. Why? Because you are putting it out there. I am broke as a joke. I say I am wealthy, I am rich, and I am that. Okay? Right. So you gotta put words out there. You have to start saying stuff to, you know, so that you can believe it. Like, I hate to, someone used to say this to me, fake it till you make it. I hate that term because there's no need to fake it. You don't have to fake it. Faking is doubt.
Right.
So if you're constantly, don't mind the dog, we in the neighborhood. But, you know what I mean? So I never like that. I'm not faking being wealthy, or I'm not faking being rich. If I tell myself I'm being wealthy and rich and I'm going out there and I'm putting myself out there to do it, that's not faking. But if I'm sitting on this table or sitting on this sofa and I'm watching Netflix talking about fake it till I make it, yeah, that's all you're doing. You're not fooling nobody but yourself. And your ancestors are going to come for you. Just saying. Okay.
And if anybody doubts that, I highly recommend Dr. Emoto's water memory experiments. Go read them.
Love that.
Go read them. They're all over YouTube. Books.
I'm gonna drop my water. Okay, my bad. So we're gonna go to like the main cards. Okay. We got the Jack. Now the Jack of Diamond usually represents a guy, or let me not say a guy, a masculine energy. Okay, a masculine energy, and usually he or she is young. The reason why I like to say masculine and feminine energy, because my cards don't have a gender. Okay, because we can have both a masculine and feminine energy. Like Mandy has a masculine energy, especially when it comes to certain things. Like I was gonna say that when it comes to her work, you're gonna see that masculine side of her. And she's going to be like, no, this is not what we're going to do. We're going to do something different. Why are you doing it this way? I mean, let's, what's that thing you always say? Work
smarter, not harder.
Yeah. All of that. Work smarter. Like, as soon as she goes like this, it's on and popping. And she's not afraid to voice her, because she's an expert in that, Whereas though me, if I'm at work, I'm like, yeah, you might not want to do that. That's a feminine energy. You know what I mean? And I could be saying it sarcastic as ever, but that's the difference. And we're both females, and we both have masculine and feminine energy. I just don't like confrontation. So I'm playing simple, like, yeah.
And I will call someone out like that.
Right. And I'm more like, it takes me a lot to get to that. I'm a Pisces, so it takes me a lot. I'm like a blue, like.
And I'm a Sagittarius, but I'm a Pisces rising.
I know.
So that's why it's me all emotional.
Yeah, I was gonna say she gets me
all confrontation.
Right. So it's like, yeah, it's a wrap. So for the Jack, like I said, how did they pronounce this in the tarot? The nave? I don't know, because I don't do tarot. I just do this, but I know it's like knave or something like that in tarot. Yeah, well, I still don't know how to pronounce it right. And this person of the masculine energy is like right here. We have it. It's like they bring good news, and they're usually like a light color. So when I mean by light color, I'm talking about like maybe like my color or lighter, or they could have light color hair. Okay, so if you get this, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a masculine energy, which could be a woman that's light or have light hair. So you can, and I'm not being funny, but you can have a woman who is dark skin, like extremely dark skin, but let's just say her hair is naturally red. That's considered a light, light hair, because it's not dark.
Now, what if somebody's got like a wig on, or they dye their hair? No, I'm serious though. Like, do you have to ask people their natural hair color?
I don't, because normally if this card is falling, let's just say they get this and I say, okay, there is I would describe there is a masculine energy, a young masculine energy with you, usually have light hair or they're light skin or something like that. They're going to end up bringing you some good news. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I say I don't describe it, because it could be anyway. And it also could be a person in spirit. It could be a spirit guide.
Facts.
It could be, it could be an ancestor. It can be non-human spirit. So that's what I'm saying. Like I always describe, there's something around you. It can be like, what's this like? An orb. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because there are different color orbs, as you can see in the aura.
Yeah, that's bad.
Right. So that's why I say, so it really depends on who it is. And usually I just let that resonate, because the person usually knows who that person is or what it is. Okay. But like I said, this one's usually, they're bringing good news, and When it's in the reverse, it just usually means like it's anxiety filled, okay? And if it's representing that person, like the person I'm doing the reading for is saying, hey, you're thinking immaturely, because that's where the young comes in, and your anxiety is getting the best of you.
Like a teenager.
Yes. So like if it's in the upright position, like if I were doing a reading for you, and I'm saying, hey, listen, you need to relax for a little bit, stop being so serious. There is, good news coming. But it's in the reverse. I'm saying you need to grow up a little bit. You know what I mean? So it depends on that too. So we also have the Queen of Diamond. Okay. I don't know what this is in tarot. I have to see what it is. But this Queen of Diamond, I don't really like her. Or I don't really like it because it's a feminine energy. But it's a type of feminine energy that is like manipulative. So let me give you an example. Like if I'm the person that's gossiping and I'm talking about you, but I'm not doing it in an aggressive way, I'd be like, girl, did you hear what happened to her? Yeah. She been drinking a lot more, blah, blah, blah. And I'm telling the business and stuff. That's what that is, This person is a very social, feminine energy, so they don't seem like they're manipulative, but they are. That's what makes them manipulative. They talk too much. So, first of all, when I get this card, okay, because it's representing diamonds, because if you value somebody's friendship or something, but if I get this card, 9 times out of 10, it's the person I'm reading is who this is.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So I'll be like, listen, and then that's, I don't mean like necessarily this person is talking about everybody, but sometimes you can tell your own business and you need to be quiet. You can be the talk of the town of your own stuff and people run and go tell that. That's why it's saying like you need to be careful with that feminine energy. Stop being so gossipy, even if you're talking about yourself. Tell your business. Now, if it's in the reverse, again, because, if it's in the reverse, now it's just saying like, okay, you need to really just watch yourself, be careful who you talk to, and just watch yourself. Just don't say nothing.
How do you tell if this person's in your life? Like, I know you said that it could be the person you're reading, but what if it's not?
9 times out of 10, like if it's not, it's somebody that they already know. But this is the reason why I say it represents the person, because if you're not sure who it is, if you have to question everybody around you, like for instance, like if I'm saying like, oh, there's a feminine energy that's around me and she's talking ish about me, blah, 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 I automatically know it's not you. See what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
But if I'm hanging around certain people, like the Polly Pocket people, like if I already say, it could be this person, that one, we automatically know. Yeah. But we automatically know who it isn't.
Yeah.
But if you have to say, I wonder who that is, you may need to check the people that are around you that you have to question every single one of them. Because you just automatically know who it isn't.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So now we got the King of Diamond, which is the last one of the suit. This is going a little long, this little video. But this is a masculine energy. This is a masculine energy, and they are all about their business, okay? This and again, it's a self-made business owner. They're encouraging. They enjoy the fruits of labor. You know what I mean? They're a very happy masculine energy. And the reason why I love this one too, especially when it's dealing with business, is because this person goes for theirs. Mm-hmm. They go out. They put themselves out there. They take risks. And when you're getting this reading, and it depends on what it is, like if it's a love reading or something, it just usually says it's a masculine energy. That masculine energy could be you or it could be somebody else. But when it's in the reverse, it's saying you need to be this masculine energy, or you need to have that person be that masculine energy. You need to put yourself out there and go for it, because you being quiet and sitting back, things are passing you by. So that's why it's important. So depending on, we just did the whole thing. So depending on the type of reading it is, what the cards are paired with, because I do 3 cards, and I do each card is clarified with something. That's how I do a full reading. So it also depends too, but this is how people break it down for the playing cards, and this is the diamond suit.
Awesome.
Maybe.
Thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Yes.
I enjoyed learning. I'm sure y'all will see more of me.
Of course, us. Yes, especially when we start doing different things, because I got some great things planned. Like, I'm gonna do the rest of the suit when we finish this video. I mean, not today, because
we're gonna make it a series.
Yes, thank you.
We're gonna have blog posts. We already have some blogs on our website.
Facts.
We are going to teach you guys everything
Right.
accurately.
And the importance of drinking water, because we are our own altar. What else I wanted to talk about? Herbs, different crystals, which I think you may take a lead on the crystals.
They mean, how to use them.
Right, how to use them, all that good stuff.
How to be aware of fake people, fake spiritualists, because like a lot of people out there, especially on TikTok, are just spitting out what other people are saying.
That is facts. That is so facts. And yeah. So, thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure that you guys subscribe, like, comment, and share. And make sure you hit the bell to be notified every single time that we post so you don't miss an episode. Ooh, and you know what? Comment below and give us some ideas and topics that you would like to talk about, because I can't remember everything, because my memory is crazy.
Or send us an email. Our email's on our Instagram, Amara's Botanica. Look us up. You'll find us.
Yes.
Bye.
Peace.